First and foremost, I have to say thank you to so many people in this room. For those of you who voted for me, of course, thank you. But there are many people in this room who also provided me encouragement and gave me a positive word, helped introduce me to someone, and just helped me through the process to be able to get through campaigning and get to be in this space. For the past few days, I was asked, I think on Tuesday or Wednesday, would I come and speak to you? And I was asked, hey, can you share, your experience as being a candidate, what you thought about winning, and what your thoughts were about being an African-American woman of color for the first time. Or not me for the first time, but on council for the first time. So I thought, well, I can wrap that all up in 5 minutes. That seems logical. Yeah. Okay, so in the interest of time, I'll just try to answer some of the questions that I seem to hear over and over again. First of all, winning, yes, is amazing, but it's also incredibly humbling. When I was asked to come speak today, I said, really, aren't people kind of sick of me at this point? Don't you kind of not want to hear anymore? So I just really want to thank you very much for being, obviously willing to always bring me to the table, and I hope that as we continue this process, you will get to meet many other people of color and want to bring them to the table as well. I am so thankful for all of the hard work for my volunteer team of campaign. I couldn't believe also the people that came out, people that said, I've never been involved in politics, but I will help you, what do you need? And that was also humbling. People from my high school, people from my junior high, people I went to college with, past colleagues, people I was involved in volunteer work, and then people I'd never met. So that was really also a shock for me. But we rolled up our sleeves, we got it done, and I am so thankful that campaigning is done. But I'm gonna go ahead and back you up just a little bit to the pre-planning stages. The stages where, you throw spaghetti against a wall and see what sticks. And I brought up a lot of reasons I shouldn't run. I never wanted to be a politician. That was something that unfortunately is kind of a bad word, right? So I also didn't really want my life on display. I have a 19-year-old, I have a 14-year-old. My boys are my life, and I didn't want their entire life to be on display or to be negatively impacted in their high school, or my youngest high school career, my oldest his college. I also have 2 exchange student daughters who are also at SLO High, and I thought, ooh, I'm gonna bring them into politics in America? That's maybe not the best idea. But people kept saying, I think you should do this. Finally, I said, look, I can't run because I can't fundraise. And people look at me like, what? You fundraise all the time. You fundraise for elementary schools. Don't you do this as your job? Because, up until last Tuesday, I was a fundraiser. I was the director of parent and student philanthropy. Made sense, right? But I was fundraising for students in need. I was fundraising for the education of an elementary school or a college to be better and better. We have a great education system here in San Luis Obispo, and I just wanted it to continue to be better. That's what I was fundraising for. Fundraising for me, that's like begging. My mom was 17 when she got pregnant. She lived in New York with she was one of 7 kids, and Catholic bringing up. Her mom was left by my grandfather, and when she said, guess what, Mom, I'm pregnant by my African-American boyfriend, that didn't go well. So she came to California, the farthest place possible, the most accepting place, Berkeley, So in that, she was raising us with our birth father for a little while. About 5.5 years later, my sister was born, and then he was gone. So my mom was a restaurant server. She worked in manufacturing. She did whatever it took to keep us afloat and help us be successful and try to get a good education for us and move us along. Anyway, that being said, having to ask for money for me, it brings butterflies to my stomach even now. It brings tears to my eyes now because I don't want to do it. But that's when Emerge California came along. My friend said, you have to look into this program. And for those of you who know it, I'm sure you're probably tired of hearing about it. But this program brought to me people who had the experience of running for office, other women, women of color, women that were single moms, women that were married, women that succeeded, women who didn't, and shared their experiences and helped me understand I wasn't raising money for me, Erica. I was raising money to get elected and to get the work done. I was raising money for union-made lawn signs at $5 to $6 a piece. I was raising money over $600 just to get my name and my information on the ballot in Spanish and English. That seemed insane, that $600 just to share that information. So I tell you that because there are obstacles for people that want to be leaders in your organizations. There are obstacles for people that want to run for office and make a change. So if you know someone that's interested in making a change, help them get through those obstacles. Look through your leadership team. Is your team the same? All your leaders? Can any of us that are sitting out in the audience or in your workplace look and say, oh yeah, I see myself? I didn't want to be a role model either. That's one of the other things I had no desire to be. I'm not perfect, I made plenty of mistakes. That was not my goal. But I met this wonderful young lady, Ashley, who unfortunately recently has passed. And she was about 22, and she was so excited to see me. I'm like, why are you this excited to see me? Because she hadn't seen anyone like herself in a role of leadership. And so she was at Cuesta, she was working hard, she was trying to better her life. She became president of the student chapter at NAACP, and she wanted to help others see that there were some of us out there. We're not by ourselves. The whole reason we have the first-time attendee table here is so you can sit with someone else that might have something similar to you. So as you are out there, like I said, working every day, whether it's in your workplace, whether it's in your volunteer roles, challenge yourselves, look around, see what's not a part of your team, and see if you can bring someone else to the table. Thank you very much.